These are the Raycons. They're pretty nice.
Yeah, you look very official.
Just give me like the mic right here.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
Do
hey
we think we're
guys. We always just like to know where you're tuning in from. So comment that if you're on with us.
Yes. If you are live, where are you joining us from? And
City,
also,
state, country,
mhm,
continent, wherever.
yeah, and also maybe what are some disciplines that you are, like an SLP, rad tech, drop what discipline, where you're joining us from, all the good stuff while we wait for everyone to hop on. I will say, Sierra, if I'm distracted, I'm in North Carolina and it just started snowing. We are getting
You're excited.
yeah, I'm very excited. I have to find my snow boots somewhere in the garage. But we got like a flurry a few weeks ago, but it's like coming. We got some fat chunks coming down. So I'm missing the days when we'd call it a snow day and just walk outside.
So joys of being remote, you can't call out of work because of snow.
I know. I think I might have to take a walk break though, and at least before it
Enjoy
starts
it for a
turning to
minute. Yeah,
rain.
for sure.
Well, we can jump in. I'll introduce myself. I'm kind of new to the lives, but my name is Breana. I'm an associate brand manager on the Ally team. I've been with AMN Healthcare for almost 2 years now, and I get to do a lot of fun stuff all across the board, including today's live with Sierra. I am primarily on the marketing side of things, so if you have any questions regarding schools jobs that I'll be going over, or just questions in general, Sierra will be able to help me answer that, or we can send you a message directly to get your question answered, or set you up with a recruiter.
And you guys know me, I am Sierra. I have been here all going on 4 years, which is still every time I say that, I'm like, this is crazy. And I live, time flies so fast, it's like scary. But I live in Arizona in the Phoenix area, so totally opposite of Bree right now. It is 75 degrees and beautifully sunny.
That sounds pretty
But
nice.
it is super nice. It stays like mid 60s, low 70s basically all winter. So, if you don't like the snow, such as myself, it's a hot spot to be in the winter. But I can just jump into the medical jobs from here. We'll go over 5 medical jobs and Brie will hit 5 school jobs for us. Um, the first one I have is a physical therapist position. It's going to be an outpatient-based position in Waterloo, Illinois. Definitely a fun city name to say over and over and over again. But it is a small town feel there. They have a lot of like historic districts, so a lot of historic buildings and stuff, cute cafes and boutiques and stuff like that. So they also have the Hopskeller Brewing Company there. So if you're into the brewery life, breweries are fun. So definitely recommend that one. Tons of stuff to do outside there as well. So definitely one to look into. And like I said, the city is called Waterloo. That's fun enough in and of itself.
I was gonna say you
Um,
already have like a song like for your whole experience there. The ABBA song.
yeah. So that one's a cute one. Definitely check it out if you're into outpatient PT for sure. The second one we have is going to be another physical therapist position. It's an outpatient position as well. This is in Henderson, Nevada. This is basically like a suburb of Las Vegas. So you can get to the strip, but still have like, I guess for lack of better term, like a normal environment outside of the strip, but get to the strip and see the Sphere and maybe go to concerts or whatever. I was just telling my husband this morning that I want to go to a concert at the Sphere so bad.
Well,
So
you saw that
definitely,
they added a bunch of new concerts there, right?
yes. So I just have to figure out which one I want to go to. And if you're
Mhm.
there, hit me up. maybe I'll see you. But there is tons to do there. Obviously, it's Las Vegas. It speaks for itself, but it is a little bit removed, so you don't necessarily feel like you're in the hustle and bustle the entire time. So that's a really good one to look at. And then just another side note to preface on my Arizona favoritism that I have. It's not far. So if you want to get to the Grand Canyon or do outdoor hikes, see the desert and stuff like that, Vegas is a little deserty like Arizona, but not quite as much. But you can get to all of that in just a couple of hours driving, and it's literally like a 45-minute flight to Phoenix and to California. So definitely a good spot there to kind of bounce around and see other things. Um,
Yeah.
the third position I have is an IR position in St. Paul, Minnesota. Um, St. Paul is definitely like Victorian era, like it has a lot of Victorian buildings. So if you're into that and just like arts and music and food scenes, definitely a lot to do there. Um, in the winter, and I know it's still been a little bit snowy there. I heard yesterday that most of the snow had melted, but in the winter they do put out an ice skating rink. And then you can also go and, kayak or just hang out on the Mississippi River too, which is cool. I think people forget that the Mississippi River is like a real thing, but it really is. Like you can go and kayak it, which is pretty cool. Um, so tons to do there for sure. And like I said, I think most of the snow has melted at this point. It shouldn't be too snowy there if you're not into the snow either. But
You
that
are
is the
like
third
dead
one.
set against the snow. Like no snow from you.
Oh, I'm an anti-snow person. I look for when I talk to travelers that are like, I want to be in the South in the winter, I'm like, get it, totally feel
Yeah.
that because I would be the same way. So, those of you that do branch out and try out the wintry states, we appreciate you, but I do understand because I'm the same way. Alrighty, but the fourth job I have is another IR position in Daytona Beach, Florida. I actually do have a traveler starting here in just a couple weeks in IR as well. So if you need a friend, hit me up. I'll hook you guys up. Super wonderful. It is the world's most famous beach, obviously. The Daytona 500 is there. Daytona Beach is just a really cool place to hang out. They've got the boardwalks and the lighthouse and everything there. So if you're a beach person like myself, then you might really enjoy it there too. But that's a really great position, and they are hiring fast there as well. So if you're looking for something quick starting, that is a good one to look into. And then the last one I have is another physical therapist position. It's an outpatient position as well in Kent, Washington. Washington is just beautiful in general, so you really can't go wrong anywhere in that state. But you're not far from Seattle. So anything you want to do in Seattle, in case you're wondering, I believe Seattle was where Starbucks started first.
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty cool. So you can go to like the original one. And then, of course, just the touristy things of Seattle is really cool too. And you've got the water there. It's really beautiful. So you can take the ferry across if you wanted to kind of get to different areas. I do have quite a few travelers in this area too, and they all love it. So definitely another one to look into if you are liking outpatient. Um, but just as a side note on all of those, I know you were going to go into the other ones, but if you are looking for other positions, not these five in the medical space, you can just visit the link in our bio, or you can also just send us a DM or send me a DM. I think my Instagram handle will be there for you if you need it. So, medical, anything imaging, radiology, therapy in the medical space, you're welcome to hit me up, and I'm happy to look for other things for you if these five don't make sense. Lots of stuff out there. So, with that, I will throw it over to you for the schools positions.
Okay, sounds good. Um, so we have some really good SLP positions. And I will say before I get into it, I'm going to do a quick shout out. I also work with our amazing podcast team. So for all of our SLPs, whether you're in grad school, about to be an SLP, a new grad, or further along in your career, we have SLP Full Disclosure Podcast. So we have our host, Michelle. She has been an SLP, still is, for over 20 years. She's amazing. She's worked with so many great people. She has great guests on. And we have a really exciting season coming up. So if you have not checked it out, please go check it out. We're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. So go take a look. It's a great resource and a lot of great information there. But we'll jump into some of our jobs. So our first position, we have an SLP, and it is hiring fast. They want someone soon. Clinical fellows are encouraged to apply for this position. So if you have any questions about that or just want to learn more information, again, just send us a DM and we can definitely get that started for you. So our start date is in August and it's in Houston, Texas, which is definitely a place on my list. It's actually Beyonce's hometown. So I'm sure there's plenty of fun stuff to do there. In Houston, there's a ton of I feel like what they're known for is the larger than life, vibrant, rodeo shows. So if you have ever seen The Longest Ride by Nicholas Sparks, and that's the vibe you want to go for, this might be the place for you. And there's a ton of museum districts. Also, there's a lot of sports there. So even if you just want to check that out, you've got the Astros for baseball, the Texans for football. So you got a lot of cool places to check out. And apparently it's known as Space City. So I definitely did not know that before.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, there's I guess there's a lot of NASA missions and contributions there. So
They do a lot of rocket launches there. That's for
yeah.
sure.
So I guess you'll never know what you're going to find there. So our second position is an SLP, also a position hiring fast. So if you're interested, please reach out as soon as possible. Send us a DM, comment below, and we'll reach out to you. It's in Wilmington, Delaware. And this is very personal, but I have a vendetta against Wilmington, Delaware, because I went to college in Wilmington, North Carolina. And every time I put Wilmington, the GPS, for some reason, it always tried to take me to Delaware. So, but I've heard it's a wonderful place. So if you want to visit, it is actually only less than an hour from Philly and a little over an hour from Baltimore. So you get a lot of opportunity for exploring. There's world-class restaurants, museums, performing arts. And Sierra, tell me if you knew this because I had no idea, but apparently it's tax-free shopping there. So
I did not know that, but that is pretty cool.
Yeah, malls, outlet centers, boutiques, gift shops, are all tax-free, which I thought that was crazy information to hear for the first time. I feel like I should have known that. But it's a beautiful historical riverfront area and a really great place to be. They do a lot of festivals on the river walk, so it's really beautiful. Again, this position is hiring fast, so if you're even semi-interested and want to learn more information, just comment below or send us a DM and we will get you started. So for our third position, we are heading over to Lake Charles, Louisiana, an SLP position. I have never been to Louisiana, but I feel like the first thing people talk about is the food. Have you ever been, Sierra?
I have not, but my family actually lived there at one point. So we've eaten a lot of food that we learned how to make when they lived there. So.
And would you recommend?
I would definitely recommend.
Yeah, I feel like everyone says the food is really good Cajun food, crawfish, gumbo, and this is the place to be when you want to try that. So there's also lots of outdoor adventure. And if you want to try your luck there's a lot of major casino and nightlife thrills. So some of the top casinos in the country are there. So if you're feeling lucky, this might be the place to be. Our next position is going to be an SLP. Clinical fellows are also encouraged to apply. So again, if you have any questions about that, just send us a message and we will answer some more information about that. But we have a start date of March coming up and it's in Bridgeport, Connecticut. So if you're into the upstate coastal getaway vibe, then this is kind of this is probably the position for you. You're really, really close to so many beautiful beaches. You're really able to travel up and down the East Coast. And you're only 30 minutes from New Haven, Connecticut. So it's a really beautiful area to explore. You have the coast there. If you're ready to kind of spring into some warmer weather, you'll be there for the perfect time. And then our last position is an SLP position that is hiring fast. So again, if you have any interest, or maybe just want to ask some questions about this position, just send us a DM and we will get you connected with a recruiter for more information. But this position is in Elk Grove, California. We actually talked about this position our last live, and a lot of people have, this is like a really sought out location. It's right outside of Sacramento. There's a ton of like outdoor activities. It's a really beautiful mix of like the mountain and desert areas. So if you love being outside at all, outdoor adventures, this is really a great place to be. And Elk Grove is actually named one of the best places to live in California. So, and you're only a little over an hour from San Francisco. So you have a lot of cool opportunities for travel, beautiful photos, a lot of really cool things to do. So those are our positions. We got some good ones.
Yeah, lots of fun places, different things, different dynamics for sure. I did see that there was a comment about shooting me a message. So yes, feel free. I know we put my Instagram handle in the description. So you're welcome to message me. I have it open at all times. I'm ready to go. So just hit me up and I'll get back to you. But we'll jump into just a few things here. Why should you apply is the question, and there's a lot of answers. But number one, obviously, just the travel piece of it all. If you like to explore other places and see new things and meet new people, it's a great opportunity to do that. There's a lot to see in the country in and of itself that I don't think people remember. There's just so much out there. Second thing is any licenses or certifications that are required for your assignments with us are paid for and or reimbursed. We have a licensing team that will help with the licensure process if you need it once a contract is booked for you. So definitely keep that in mind. Non-tax stipends, if you're traveling to a location that's away from home, that you have to stay somewhere, you're going to get stipends tax-free for housing and meals. So that's really nice just because less money coming out of your paycheck. Definitely a big perk. Every time I look at the pay packages, I'm a little jealous, I won't lie. But benefits, and we do have a 401k with a match program. We've got full health insurance, dental insurance, vision insurance, all the things. So again, if you have any further questions on details of those things, you're welcome to reach out to me directly. I can give you the rundown. But 401k, we do have the most competitive match program out of any travel company. So definitely keep that in mind if you would like to retire at some point in your life, like we all do. Perks, we do have a bunch of perks and discount codes and stuff for hotels and rental cars and all sorts of stuff to just kind of help you make your life a little bit easier when it comes to the cost of especially starting traveling for the first time. There can be some upfront costs of housing and stuff, so we try to help out with that as much as we can. And then we do have a clinical management team. So if anything goes wrong on the clinical side, for instance, I'm not a physical therapist. I don't understand the clinical side. I have a clinical manager who does, though. Mm-hmm. So anything like that happens, that you might need to just run past somebody, we do have resources for that at all times. So that's a big thing that we do that we're really passionate about. And then other than that, we have a pretty competitive referral bonus program. So there's the graphic you can see on there for CT and Cath Lab and VIT, IR techs. It is a $2,500 bonus for referrals. CT is $2,000, and then it's $1,000 a pop for school candidates, and then $1,000 for any other discipline as well. So really just need your help on that CT, Cath Lab, IR tech front for sure. We've got a lot of opportunity to fill there. So with that, I'll hand it over to Bree for a little update on something, and then we'll be good to go.
Yeah, so we actually also, I don't know if anyone else is doing a referral program like that. So it's nice that
ours is the best.
Yeah, I was gonna say you make some friends, and then you can say, "Hey, BTW, this is a great opportunity," and then get paid $2,000 for it. So that's really cool. We also have a really great promotion going on now through March. So if you book an assignment with one of our Unity Point positions, you will get a free AMN Patagonia fleece. So this is really cool. And if you're thinking about starting it, it's kind of just a nice bonus. So reach out to us or send us a DM, comment below if you're interested in learning more. This is just something that's really exciting and we want to try and get out there. So if you're interested, just send us a DM.
All right, friends. See y'all later.
All right. Thank you guys.